Alrighty, we're going to look at a situation here we have some stranded THHN wire, and we have solid wires here. And I'm going to show you the way I like to hook up an outlet. Okay, we have a threaded hole in the back for the ground screw, but as you can see, the hole is all threaded and we can't put it in. Well, it went down the register, so I can't show it to you, so we're not going to get frustrated, we're not going to get flabbergasted. You'll just have to believe me, because nothing's worth getting frustrated over. We will take our stranded wire. I'll strip off about 1/2 inch. And we'll take some tail wire. And we will tail to the outlet with solid wire. It's too bad that green screw went down the radiator, but it's gone and we're not going to get upset about it. You just have to trust me that that hole is doesn't fit. I tried it with a screw gun and it just won't go. So I'll show you another way to do it. So we'll get our wires even up here, and then we'll come down here, we'll cut and we'll take and pigtail our wires to go to the outlet. So we'll strip our tail wire the same length. Because I don't like putting stranded wire around the screws, because usually it just frays out. It doesn't make a good connection. So we'll get our wires all to the same length here. So we'll strip our solids a little longer, so we match our stranded wire here. Okay, this one gets a little longer. There we go. Okay, now we got them all the same length. We'll get our wires all even here. Get them even at the bottom, like that. Get our copper even at the top and our insulation even at the bottom. Take our wire nut. Make sure our insulation is going up into the bottom of the wire nut. We'll look. All our insulation is up in the bottom. So we'll just tighten this up nice and tight. Now we'll take our black wires and we'll do the same thing with our blacks. We'll get our wires even. Get our insulation even at the bottom and our copper even at the top. Get our wires lined up like that. They're the same length. Okay, we'll get all our copper even at the top and our insulation even at the bottom like this. We'll take our wire nut. Let it grab everything. Gotta make sure they stay even when you put the wire nut on. See how it's all even at the end and the insulation's even at the bottom? Take our wire nut, we'll just start turning slowly, let it grab all the wires. Have a nice little twist down here at the bottom. Now look, make sure our insulation's all up in the wire nut, which it is. Now we have our black and white to go to the outlet. Now we'll get our ground wires together here. And we have this hole. I'm going to look one more time, see if I can see that screw. If I don't, I don't. I'm not going to get all frustrated if I don't find it. But I'm going to look one more time. It did go down the register, so I'll go grab another one. Oh, here it is. I did find it. Okay. So as you can see, it's stripped, but we'll try to put it in one more time. Force. Doesn't go. See? Doesn't go. So we're not going to get frustrated. We will take and use what is called a ground clip. We'll ground it to the box this way. So we'll take our clip. We'll put our wire through the side of the clip here. We'll go onto our box up here. And if it wants to be stubborn and play games, you just back it on like this. Now it went on. We'll bend this up and over the top of our box like that. And now we'll just get this back out of our way here. And we'll get our green wires and ground tail ready. So we're going to make a tail to go to our outlet. So we'll take some off here. Take some off here. And we have some green wire to go to our outlet. Okay, so we'll get all our strands together here. We'll get all our copper even at the end here like this. Okay, get it all even like that. We'll take our wire nut. We'll just turn it slowly, grab all the conductors like this. Okay, so now we have our, here in the country I was born in, green is your ground, black is your live, white is your neutral, red and blue are also live colors. However, you may find white live in a switch loop or a 220/240 volt circuit where the appliance does not require a neutral, such as a water heater or a baseboard electric heater. So now we'll get ready, we'll put our, what's called a mud ring on here. So now we can fold these wires back into our box. Get them back in here out of our way. We'll clip our wires off so they're all nice and even on the end here. We'll strip off about a half an inch, or not a half an inch, a whole inch. So we get our wires around the screw the way we want them around the screws. So our outlets are polarized. Your live wire, which is black, or it could be red or blue, will go on your brass screw. Your white goes on the silver screw. Silver screw goes to the wide slot, which is neutral. The brass screw goes to the narrow slot, which is your live. And the green or bare ground wire will go to this green screw, which is your ground. So we'll hook our outlet up. First of all, I like to close the screws I'm not going to use so they're not out where they can touch something that could cause a problem. So first we'll put our white wire on the silver screw. Make sure we always put your wire around the screw the direction the screw turns. Make sure it's tight like this. We'll put our ground wire around the green screw. Like that. And we'll flip it over this way. And we'll get our black wire on the live terminal. Always put your wire around the screw the direction your screw turns. And you don't want to get your insulation caught under the screw terminal. And you want to keep it, you don't want it any closer or any further back than the blue. That's the ideal place where you want your insulation to be showing. And copper, that's what you want to have right there. So now we can just fold our wires into our box. Going down like this. And we'll just push it in like this. Then we'll just screw the device into our box. You can buy shorter 632 screws so you don't hit your wires in the box. And I'll just look, make sure everything is nice. Alrighty, so that is how to wire a wall receptacle here in the country I was born in a commercial building where you're using a MC cable or conduit. And that's the way I like to wire the receptacles if there's stranded wire. I don't like to put the stranded wires around the screws because it's hard to keep them from fraying out. So I always like to pigtail solid wires to the receptacles. Here in the country I was born in, we use 12 American wire gauge on 20 amps, 14 American wire gauge on 15 amps. Black is live, white is neutral, the bare or the green is the ground. Red and blue are also live colors, however you may find white live in a switch loop or a 220, 240 volt circuit where the appliance does not require a neutral, such as a water heater or a baseboard electric heater. Peace. Thanks for watching.